Hey guys, what is up? My name is Megan. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I hope you guys are doing well and staying safe. We are here to start out week 2 of Believathon. I could not be more excited. I know last week wasn't super successful if you haven't seen my vlog yet, but I had a lot of things to overcome and we're in a much better place now. I'm super excited for the week ahead. I did kind of finish off last week's vlog kind of roughly, so I did want to say that The Strangers, which is the book I read in the previous week, the first book for Believathon, was to fulfill the prompt of the key. You need the key in order to get into the mansion, and so that is done, and now I'm kind of going to read books out of order. I don't really care what order I read them in. I put up a poll on Instagram. I was hesitating between Frostheart and the book I'm reading now. The book I'm reading now clearly won. So that's how we're going to start off the week. I gave The Strangers 3 stars, maybe 2.5 now that I'm thinking about it. I really did not love it. At first it was promising. Now that I reflect on it, not so much. I know my appearance is a little bit wacky. It is Tuesday. Tuesday is technically kind of like my Monday because I work on Mondays and so I don't get anything done. But I had my first class of the day and now I'm preheating the oven to make cheese sticks, and that's how my day is going. I'm in a very good mood. I think we are putting up the Christmas tree and Christmas decorations this weekend, so that should be in this vlog. I'm also starting to plan all the things I want to do in December for the channel. This month might be a little more quiet on the content creating because I'm probably going to be pre-filming a lot of things for December because, and I'm just putting it out there for now, I don't know exactly how that's going to go because I still have school and stuff, but I think I might try to daily vlog, do Vlogmas as well as kind of Bookmas, so put one vlog out each day and then have videos edited and pre-scheduled to go out each day as well. So one bookish video and more vlog style video. I don't know if it's gonna work. I'm still in the planning stages, but that's kind of where I want to be. And I've also been looking at all the books I want to get in 2021. I'm specifically focusing on romance right now, all the traditionally published romances, and I'm kind of seeing what's coming out when and what I'm mostly excited for. But for the reading, I decided to go, and Instagram kind of decided to go with The Castle of Tangled Magic by Sophie Anderson. This is middle grade, obviously. It is my first Sophie Anderson book, but her third book published. This is a signed edition, actually, I got from a bookstore in the UK. Also, if you see something on my finger, it's actually because I injured myself and it's healing, so. But yes, this, I am 37 pages in and completely fell in love. This, to me, reads like a top tier middle grade, unlike The Strangers, who that was more geared, I guess, maybe towards younger readers. I don't really know what my issue was with it. I'll figure it out once I write my review, but I'm not even 40 pages in and I cannot kid you guys, I fell in love with the writing style the minute I opened this book. The descriptions, the characters, the world, the magic, and just everything about this book is so incredibly well done as of now, and I cannot believe how much fun I'm having reading this. I read a little bit on my breaks at work yesterday, which is why I only read 37 pages, but I am blown away. Truthfully, I did not expect that the first 40 pages of a book could make me feel so happy, aside from maybe the Nevermore series, which my Hollowpox box is in the mail. I think it'll be here next week, not really sure. If you guys do not know what the Castle of Tangled Magic is about, it follows a young girl, I believe her name is Olia. It's O-L-I-A, so I'm gonna say Olia. And she lives in this castle with these amazing looking domes, and her family's not royal anymore, but it used to, and they kind of still have a lot of the traditions, and they host a lot of the events for the town because obviously the castle is humongous. They have a lot of meetings and festivals and festivities going on, and they use different rooms of their castle, but her parents are carpenters. Our main character also lives with her grandmother, and her grandmother believes in magic and that the castle is actually holding in a lot of magic, and she kind of warns our main character to be careful about it and maybe try to uncover what the magic is and how to set it free, and the magic is kind of becoming dangerous, and we see our main character have kind of like her first encounters with magic. She's not really sure if that's what it is. She's kind of trying to make rational reasonings for why she would say such things, but I think that she is going to find magic in the castle and maybe it's going to bring her into another world. Not quite sure, but I know there's magic obviously in this, and I love the relationship between our main character and her grandmother, and how she really cherishes her grandmother, and her healthy relationship with her parents. And her parents are also very interesting because the dad is more of a rational man. He's more like there's no magic and whatever, and the mother is more accepting of the idea of magic, and it's just a very interesting dynamic. And there's also this interesting thing with the domes, that they're all like secret rooms to be able to go into the domes, and our main character is kind of taking it upon herself to find the different entryways, and it's just a lot of fun. I will be reading this, and hopefully like 2 other books during the week would be great at least. I would like to read 3 middle grades and 1 book from my CANDYLAND TBR, but we'll see, and I am prioritizing Believathon. So that's what's on the docket. I am going to go put my cheese sticks in and then plan out kind of like my week and what's gonna happen until my class at 1. It is noon now, and I'll be done at 4. Tomorrow is going to be a homework day, but we're still gonna have lots of fun. So hope you guys stick around and let the vlog begin. Hey guys, what is up? It is now Wednesday. It's almost 8:45. Today was a good day. I did school in the morning, and then I worked on a practice exam kind of thing that was only like points if you didn't, and you didn't get points if you didn't do it, in preparation for a quiz test we have tomorrow in the afternoon. And then I did cleaning, but I also participated in reading sprints today. Jade at Jade Wary Reads, who is one of my favorite booktubers. I am part of her Patreon, and she has started doing these things where she hosts live reading sprints, and basically it's like you talk for a few minutes and then we sprint for 20 and then talk and then sprint for 20, and so I participated in that. It was for like an hour and a half, so I did get some reading done. I did want to share, however, that yesterday I did start Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. So, as you guys may know, this is my most anticipated book of the year, or one of them. And this is not like Stalking Jack the Ripper at all. This is fantasy, not historical fiction, and it's not the same kind of themes. I know I probably won't like this as much because everything about Stalking Jack the Ripper spoke to me on a very personal interest level. I just hope I still get enjoyment out of this. I am like 29 pages in, or like I'm starting chapter 3, so I read the prologue in the first 2 chapters, and this follows, I guess they're like half witches of witches, I don't really know. We follow the perspective of one of the 2 twin sisters. I think I've talked about this book a lot, but basically I think what ends up happening is that one of the twin sisters goes missing, and a lot of suspicious things have been happening in their town where a lot of witches have gone missing, and I think they blame it on these demon princes that are bringing back witches and girls to the demon. And I believe our main character works with one of them to actually figure out what happened. I don't really know where this is going. I do really love the writing style and the time period, like the setting it's in, and the family elements of this I really enjoy. Carrie talks a lot about her grandmother and how she's significant, and also the significance of food in her family, and a lot of that has inspired this Italian family. I believe this book is in Sicily, and there's already so much discussions about food that make you really, really hungry, and it's very interesting. I don't have the initial attraction I did while I started stalking Jack the Ripper, and I remember that clearly. I'm just hoping I really enjoy this book. It might not be an all-time favorite, but I'm crossing my fingers I still really enjoy it. I really am interested to see more when the Demon Prince will arrive, because Carrie Maniscalco for me is like the queen of romantic relationships and kind of them working together. And I have heard, however, that the Demon Prince is more present in the second half of the novel, so we'll see how it goes. I still have really high hopes. I'm not saying I have any sort of opinion after 29 pages, but these are just my thoughts going in. I think this might be more of a weekend read, but I was very curious and wanted to start it, so this is going to go back in its home. But the book I chose for the reading sprints and the book I talked about yesterday was The Castle of Tangled Magic by Sophie Anderson. Again, this is my first Sophie Anderson book. I am now 182 pages in, or on chapter 20. I am loving this book so incredibly much. There's so many things that are positive about this, and I will for sure want to pick up all of Sophie Anderson's books after this. I do own The Girl Who Speaks Bear. I don't have The House with Chicken Legs, which I feel is probably her most famous book yet. I think this is her third book. I talked about it through the chat on the live today, and Jade said that it was her favorite Sophie Anderson book, so it's giving me high hopes. I mean, I am really loving it. This is very interesting. I like the characters so much. Our main character is really interesting, and I think that the values she has and the things she deems are important and just why she tries to make things right really hit home with me, and I love that we get younger readers who get to see these kinds of characters, and she is brave but also fearful at times, and she's courageous and bold, and she wants to do the right thing, and she's full of energy and whimsy, and is just such a positive role model. She kind of reminds me a little bit of Morgan Crow from the Nevermore series, in the sense that she's very like, she loves family, and there's just something to me that kind of, the core values of both of the main characters are very similar, and I absolutely adore that, but they are completely different characters. I don't know if I'm making any sense. I think that the world in here is super interesting. We go into like an alternate other world in this. I'm not going to talk too much about that because I feel like it could spoil some parts of the book, but that is so well done. The writing style in here is definitely one of my favorite writing styles I've ever come across. I think that the descriptions and the writing are both beautiful but also kind of simplistic. They're not over the top, but the descriptions make sense to me. I am not someone who, as a reader, can picture characters and places and stuff. That's why I kind of like my contemporaries and romances more. Fantasy worlds to me don't usually mean a lot. However, in this book I've been able to imagine our main character and the places she's going, in the castle itself, and her friend who is an old fox that can kind of turn half human. Love that part of the story. But also what's really fun, and I feel like what is, sorry if my boyfriend is screaming, he's playing Xbox, but there are illustrations in this book as well, and I think that it's such an added bonus because for the things I'm not sure if I'm understanding, usually there are pictures to accompany it, and so I can kind of place it in my mind, and it just makes for an even more interesting reading experience in my opinion. So I am loving this. I do want to get maybe 50% of the way through with this today, ideally, so that's like 7 or 8% more than where I'm at now. Obviously this is middle grade, so it reads pretty fast, but I am really enjoying this, and it is such a great pick for Believathon. This is for the mirror prompt, if I didn't mention it, which is to read a book with a beautiful cover. I hesitated between this one and The Girl Who Speaks Bear, so they were on my TBR game, and I'm excited. And one more thing I want to talk about is the fact that my Hollowpox box might be here before the end of the week. It was supposed to come next Monday, which is almost like 1 month later than the release date, but I got emails because I track my shipments, and it said that it is now processed in Montreal and should be here by Friday. But because it's processed, I have hopes maybe it will be here tomorrow. But either way, tomorrow or Friday would be great. I could read it over the weekend, and I am anticipating Hollowpox like it's not even funny. I will basically have read the 3 first books this year, I think. Nevermore, Wondersmith, and now Hollowpox. Hollowpox is also on my Believathon TBR and my CANDYLAND Picks My TBR, so it would be a 2-in-1, and I am tracking it like crazy. So, some reading has been done. I've been productive with school and productive at home. Overall, it's a good day. I'm gonna go read some more. YouTube was down before, but I think it's back up now, so I might read a few more chapters of this, and then I have Becca's vlog I want to watch, and also Ashley from A Frolic Through Fiction. They usually calm me down at night, so that's kind of where we're at. And I baked brownies today also. I forgot I wanted to vlog, but it was kind of hectic. We didn't have eggs. We went out to the grocery store. Lots of things happened. I wanted to listen to Agatha Oddly, which is my book for Scream, to listen to an audiobook, but I didn't get the chance to get around to that today. But I also want to read more like short books. I was looking at my TBR, which is still huge, and maybe between this and Nevermore I would pick a book that is shorter, but we'll see when we get there. But that's the end of my rambling for now. Hello, good morning from my bed. I think the lighting might be a little wonky and my glasses are a little bit dirty, but it is Thursday morning and I felt like I needed to update you guys on my progress because I did manage to read more A Castle of Tangled Magic. As I said, oh my god, my cat today. Anyways, I'm sorry if you hear meowing or whatever, but it is what it is. I did manage to get, I think it's now 52% of the way through. So I did manage my goal yesterday, so I'm now on page 219 on chapter 24. So I wanted to say that I did achieve my goal and I should be finishing this today is the plan, because I have my last class of the week. You heard my cat. At 1, and then I'm done and I have a 3-day weekend, which is always nice. And I have a few things. My Nevermore box should be coming today. Well, my Hollowpox box. I keep calling it Nevermore because it's the series. And it is out for delivery. So we love a good win on this Thursday, but I wanted to plan kind of reading a book in between because I've been reading pretty chunky books from my TBR. Like The Strangers was over 400 pages. The Castle of Tangled Magic is also 405 pages. So I wanted to read a short book because Hollowpox is also almost 600 pages. So I thought if I could read a short book between, it would kind of help me go along faster. So the 2 shortest options on my TBR are these 2. I have this one, which is Tamarind and the Star of Ishta, and this fulfills a challenge to read a book by an author that is from a different culture than yours. And this is just, how long is this? Like 202 pages, and it's like a pretty short, small book. And then we also have The Astonishing Maybe by Shanta Grimes. I think this one is for a new-to-me author, but I could be wrong. And this one is also just under 230 pages, so both of them are very short. I don't know which one I want to pick up. I might put a poll on Instagram, which leads me to say, if you guys are not following me on Instagram, on my either my personal page or on my Read with Meg page, they're always linked in the description, and I just think it could be fun to be more interactive with you guys, and because Vlogmas and all these things are coming up, you should follow me. I'm just saying. But yes, I'm probably gonna put a poll and see what the people answer. But last thing I also wanted to say is that I just realized that I think it was either yesterday or November 10th, Dash and Lily's Book of Dares limited series on Netflix came out. And if you guys have been following my channels for years, you would know it's one of my favorite holiday books. I reread it every single year, and that means I get to watch the series, and I might do a video comparing it to the book. I'm not really sure, but I might watch that this weekend, so it might be in this vlog, or I'll wait until my vacation weekend when it's a little bit closer to Christmas. But at the same time, if we're putting up Christmas stuff, sorry, my camera's so heavy. If we're putting up Christmas stuff today, I might want to not today, but this weekend, I might do that. But yes, it was just a whole lot of things are happening, and I am really loving this. I need to go finish lectures for my class because it's like 10 a.m. now and class starts at 1. So I'm gonna go finish that and then kind of get ready for the day, because clearly you could see this is my bed head. But yes, I'm still getting used to having to wear glasses all the time, and now I get headaches when I don't wear them, which is a good thing, but also kind of annoying. But yes, good morning. I just want to say this, and this is probably random, and maybe no one relates to this, but sometimes when school gets hard, kind of forget what I'm doing this for, and then I was doing my readings and really agreeing with something, and then it kind of hit me that in 3 years I could be a social worker, and that felt good, because sometimes I kind of forget the purpose of why I read super thick documents or why I stress out and want to understand and get good grades, but it's all because I want to be a social worker and help as much as I can with the world issues, and it just feels nice to know that I'm working towards that goal. So if you're in school or at work and sometimes you kind of forget your purpose, it could be really helpful to kind of remind yourself to find a little bit of motivation towards your goals. Well, I still look really funny, but I just finished doing the readings to the best of my abilities and trying to understand as much as I can. But I also got off FaceTime with my mom, and basically my dad changed the muffler to my car. If you didn't see Believathon week 1, I'll link it up in the cards. But my muffler was basically falling off and making a lot of noise, and now my dad says that my car doesn't make a sound. But I had my car for 3 years, and it has over like 200,000, like 236,000 kilometers on it, which is a lot. And when I bought it, they said I could probably get like 15,000 kilometers more on my car, and that's been 3 years before I needed to change the brakes. And so when my dad changed the mufflers, he realized that my brake pads and disc were pretty much gone, and so my parents are bringing in my car to the garage next week, because that my dad can't do by himself, and I will be getting new brakes for all of my 4 brakes, and my parents are going to take care of that, which I am eternally grateful for, because owning a car when you're a student is expensive. And I think my mom said that like changing 4 brake pads was like, and the disc were like $500 at the garage. So there's that. And I also had a recall on my car for the airbags, so my dad's going to take it into the garage on my, well, the Toyota dealership, because it's like free to change because it's a problem with the car that's like from fabrication. So when I get my car next week, it should be all new, like honestly new brakes, my oil will be changed, new muffler. I am just over the moon about it, and I feel like today's a good day. There's good news. I did my readings, and now I need to go make lunch and actually get ready to go to class at 1. It's 11:30, but I also posted the poll both on Twitter, my Twitter and Instagram, for the Astonishing Maybe or the Star of Ishta, and right now on both platforms, the Star of Ishta is winning pretty significantly. So it's like 67% on Twitter for that book, and on Instagram it's 80-20. So I'll leave it until I'm done Castle of Tangled Magic, but I'm guessing that Ishta, Star of Ishta is going to be my next read. So I'm gonna go get ready and go to class, but I feel like there's so many things to tell you on this Thursday morning. Hello! It is still Thursday. I got changed, but I am on break until 3:20 because we just had our quiz, and honestly the quiz was just a review of the activity we did. It was literally 7 questions from our review, so it took me like 5 minutes to do the quiz. But just before my class started, this appeared on my, I was gonna say doorstep, I don't have a doorstep, but in front of my door, and instead of making a vlog for it, because it's almost 1 month since the book box like actually came out, like Hollowpox came out on the 27th of October here in Canada and the States, and so I thought it wouldn't be super relevant, so I thought I would unbox it with you guys instead. So let's see. Okay, I should probably have gotten some scissors, but no. Okay, we're good. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay. So I'm going to put a timestamp right here if you don't have your box or you don't want to be spoiled. But this, oh my god, I'm so... So, you might see or hear my cat, but this is a little pamphlet, and it has like some of Jessica, who is the author of the series, some of her book recommendations and other fun things. I had purchased OwlCrate a few years ago, but never OwlCrate Junior. One of the most exciting things is the umbrella. Yeah, it seems to me like the pattern is the same, but it has some of the wondrous animals, the hats, some umbrellas. I like the color, and you wouldn't necessarily know it's from a fandom, and you have Morgan here, but it's still like a fun thing to have, and it's super useful. So I don't know how well you guys are gonna see this, but there's the umbrella, there's the train, there's the cat, and just a bunch of the stuff. Also, the box is like filled to the brim with those little things. What is this? Oh, probably not a good idea. Okay, what is the next thing we have in here? Is that a book sleeve? It is! Oh my god, I love this! So this is a beautiful book sleeve, and that means I have 2 new book sleeves to use. I love the coloring and the material of this. Like, it's such a nice book sleeve. It has just so many nice details. I am a fan so far. What else do we have in here? We have the book. What is this? No way! This is like the unit Morgan is part of. She's part of Unit 919, and it says Proudfoot House Woonsock. And in my, when I'm gonna move next year in my office, I want to make like a bookish corner, and I definitely want to hang this up. Oh, this makes me so happy. I could even put some pins on here. I don't know if that's what it's made for. I don't want to spoil myself yet, but just, I feel like I'm a mess, but I'm really excited. Is there anything else in the box? What is this? Ooh, Nevermore trading cards. Interesting. Can I open it? Yes. Oh, this is a fun thing to have, like for your collection. So we have like all the kids in the 919, I'm guessing, and it has their their patron, their knack, their one sock school, their interest and favorite class. So there's a bunch of different ones here. I have Morgan, obviously. This is, oh, I love this. I'm not even looking at the camera, I'm sorry, but like there's a bunch of them here, and you have like their names, their knacks and everything, which is super interesting. You need to have read the series to kind of understand this. But I love, ooh, what is this? Shower steamer. I've never had one of those. Place on the shower floor just out of the path of water. Wow. And this one is milk and honey smoke to soothe the senses. This is going to be used this weekend, and this is by Whipped Up Wonder. Wow! I'm impressed. I didn't expect there to be so many things in this box. What is this? Ooh! No way! Oh, this is so cool. This looks like a pin like Morgan wears in the novels. Once you're part of the Wonder Society, you have this pin and everybody kind of recognizes you, and it kind of gives you an official status and kind of VIP treatment from a lot of people, and this is amazing. I'm gonna put this in my collection. Again, it's reflective and my camera doesn't autofocus, so don't know how well you're gonna see this, but this I love. I love all the stuff in this box. I'm gonna put this here. So we have the book. Ooh, what is this? Oh, Lord. Oh, okay, that's almost creepy. There's this thing that Morgan can say to, I think it's to bring out the magic, like the powers that she has, which I'm not going to talk about, but this is kind of what she sings, and it's kind of like this art print, which again would go really well with the banner, and I'm really excited about this. This is the kind of thing I would probably frame or just put up on like an art wall. And then we have the best part of the box, which is Hollowpox, and it's all wrapped. So let me unwrap. Oh my god, I'm so excited! So this is a letter for the OwlCrate readers, which I really like reading these and keeping them. Is this the sticker? I think it is. Oh yes, it is. And it says "Step boldly," and I'm guessing this is Morgan, Juniper, and Fenestra, which is the big talking cat in the book. And then we have Hollowpox, The Hunt for Morgan Crow, which I have been waiting for this book for the longest time, and I have come close to like purchasing another copy to be able to read it so many times. But this one is very special because it is signed by the author, and I am just so incredibly excited. So this is book 3, as I've mentioned, and this will for sure be started or maybe even finished this weekend. How long is it? Yeah. It's like, I don't want to get spoiled, but it's like 542 pages, and I could not be more excited for this. This was all purchased by my significant other. He surprised me. I was talking about how I would like the box when it came out, and he just said like, I'll get it for you, which was the sweetest thing. And so now I have the signed edition with all these beautiful things. I would say that this is like a fantastic box, and I was not expecting to enjoy the little items that came with the book as much. I knew there was an umbrella, which I was super excited for because I don't own an umbrella. Who am I? I don't know. But all of these things are absolutely amazing. And yes, it is $2.50 now, so I still have time to like chat with you guys. But wow, it's going to be good to be back. So yes, I'm gonna slip this right in here. I am so excited. Clearly, I think you could see that. I don't know where I want to put this sticker yet. I don't know, but I don't want to lose it. But anyways, that was my chaotic unboxing. I think I'm gonna read Castle of Tangled Magic while I wait for my class to start again, because it finishes at 4, so we're starting a new part of our class, I guess, today with restorative justice, I believe, is what we are starting to look at today, and all the policies that have been put in place. So I'm putting everything back right where it belongs. I might peruse this. Very, very interesting. There's a interview with the author as well. I know I'm rambling, but I'm excited. Welcome to the 1000th update of the day, but it is like, what, 9 p.m.? Yeah, 9:08, and I've had a pretty good evening. My significant other and I were supposed to have chicken Caesar salad, but the chicken wasn't unfrozen, and so he treated us to some boostans, which means I have leftovers for tomorrow for lunch. And I also did finish Castle of Tangled Magic by Sophie Anderson. I put it through a call pile, which I could go through with you guys in the morning because I don't have a computer. My boyfriend is playing Among Us with his friends using my laptop, and so I can say that it came out at a 4 stars. I think it's a pretty good overall rating. I loved most of the parts of the story. However, I do think it was a little longer maybe than it would have needed to be, but it's still like a very solid 4 stars. I'll go through my ratings tomorrow because I don't remember exactly what I gave each category, but I looked at the polls, and in both Instagram and Twitter, one book was pretty much winning. It got a little bit closer at one point, but because I finished the Castle of Tangled Magic, I decided to pick up my next read, which ended up being Tamarind and the Star of Ishta. I am 58 pages in, or chapter 9, and that puts me at about 25% of the way through this book. So I'm already 1/4 finished with this. As I said, it is a very short book, both in size and the physical size of the book, and the writing is pretty big, so it goes by very quickly. Like, I sat down this evening and started reading it, and I've been trucking along pretty nicely. So I did want to say that I am starting this book. I would like to try to read a couple of chapters more. I would say halfway point, but I don't know if I'll be motivated to read 40 more pages today, because I did read a significant amount of the Castle of Tangled Magic plus this, but I don't have a lot more to do because my boyfriend has my computer, so I'm not gonna watch YouTube or anything, and I'm not a big TV person, so I might just lay in bed and read a little bit and then just call it a night so that I'm well rested tomorrow. I was super excited because Gavin is doing some reading sprints tomorrow, I believe, but I think the first one is at 5 a.m. my time. Don't think I'm gonna wake up at 5 a.m. to do reading sprints, but who knows where my mind will be, because I'm used to getting up at 4:50, so who knows what could happen. But yeah, those were my updates. I feel like I've updated so much today, but there are more chatty days than the others. I'm still looking at Hollowpox, and I'm very excited to read that one. I'm really hoping to start it this weekend, but at the same time, I don't know if I could, like, I don't really know. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Hello friends, happy Friday. Hope you guys are still trucking along this vlog and doing well. It is Friday the 13th. It is also my dad's birthday. My dad is turning 60 today. I haven't yet FaceTimed him because he was working nights, so he's still sleeping. I did talk to my mom and my aunt today, though. Yesterday I finished, no, that's a lie. Yesterday I read up to 56% of the book I was reading, which was exceeding my goal for yesterday, and I ended up finishing it today. I also remember I told you guys I would go through my call pile rating for the Castle of Tangled Magic, so I thought I'd take a few minutes to kind of summarize what has been happening before we choose my next read. I basically spent the morning watching Gavin's live show that he did with Steph Loves, and I finished the book during that, and then I did a lot of different cleaning. I took care of my cat. I still have a bunch of her fur on my pants, even though I rolled my pants with a lint roller before. I brushed her and she was shedding like crazy. But just an overview, I will be talking about both of these books. So let's start with the Castle of Tangled Magic. If I'm looking down, it's because my computer where I keep my readings is down. So as I said, I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars. It is a 4, like a high 4 stars, could be a 4.5, but CAWPILE doesn't do 0.5 stars. But for the characters of this one, I gave an 8. I gave an 8 to the atmosphere, a 9 for the writing, 7 for plot, intrigue, and logic. I think my only issue with this book is that I would have taken some parts out of it. I think some parts may have been a little bit too long or a slight bit repetitive, which is why I gave it a 7, but I still really loved this book. Like, the writing style is absolutely fabulous, and I cannot wait to read more by Sophie Anderson. I do have The Girl Who Speaks Bear, not on my TBR, but still, I have it to read in the future. And for overall enjoyment, I gave this one an 8, so it came out at a 7.71, which was very great. I highly recommend this book if it's something you're interested in, and I just love the premise. I love the ending and all the lessons our main character learned along the way, and that you learn as well. So yes, and then I did finish Tamarind and the start of Ishta. I don't know if I really went through the summary with you guys, or I just said like I'm reading this book, but what it is really about, it follows a main character named Tamarind, and she lives in England with her father. She never met her mother because her mother passed away slightly after Tamarind was born, and at the beginning of this novel, Tamarind's father actually gets remarried and they go on a honeymoon to India, and most of Tamarind's mother's family is in India and she's never met them, and so because she's not going to follow them on their honeymoon, she actually goes to stay with that family for the first time. Tamarind doesn't know anything basically about her mother. She doesn't know how her mother died. She doesn't know much of her culture or anything, and so it's kind of meeting her family for the first time, as well as discovering India, discovering about her mother, and like a little mystery element that has to do with Ishta, who is a goddess. And that's kind of like the premise. I'm not going to say more because this is 200 pages long. So overall, I gave it 3 stars, but for the CAWPILE rating, for the characters, I gave it a 7, the atmosphere a 7, the writing was a 6, the plot a 6, intrigue a 6, and the logic was also a 6, and the enjoyment a 7 for a 6.43 total rating. I think that I did not really enjoy the writing style of this. I think some parts were kind of confusing. The direction of the story wasn't my favorite, and I think I enjoyed the goddess story and some of the family traditions. I just think that the story was a little bit too all over the place with too many subplots, so I wasn't a fan of this, and I think that the explanations made the story unclear at times. I just wasn't a huge fan of this, but it's not a bad book by any means, and I think it was fun to read about a culture that isn't mine 100%, but it's nothing spectacular, and the writing is kind of bland in my opinion. It's not as mystical or fun as a lot of the other middle grade books I've read in my life. So I wanted to kind of wrap up what I've read so far before we move on with the rest of Believathon. So the first book I completed was The Strangers, which is the first book in the Greystone Secrets series. I will not be continuing on with this series, nor did I really like this book. I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. What did it come out at? At a 6.0, so a low 3 stars, and I did not like this book very much. This will be going in my unhaul pile at the end of the month, and I don't care for the rest of the series. As I mentioned in my previous vlog, this was just kind of like a whole setup for other books in the series, which is very unusual for a first book, but I didn't really like this. This, however, gave me the key, and so I have unlocked the key, and that's how I was able to enter the Believathon mansion. The Castle of Tangled Magic was my read for the mirror, so I have obtained the mirror, and the mirror was to read a book with a beautiful cover, and we can all agree that this is absolutely beautiful. Love me the little fox here and its little tail on the back. Sophie Anderson has some of the most beautiful covers. And then Tamarind and the Star of Ishta was the fingerprints, and that was to read a book from an author that is from a different culture than yours. And so these are the 3 books I have completed thus far for Believathon. It is like 2 p.m. now, and I know Gavin had a live show not too long ago, so I might sit down, watch that, and like watch it back and do the reading sprints as they come up on the live show. I just have not figured out what I want to read next. I have Hollowpox, but I don't know if I want to not like hold off on it a little bit more, because you know when you anticipate a book and then you read it and it's over and then you have to wait I don't know how long for the next book. Kind of sucks, so I might try to spread out the joy. I don't know what I want to read at this point. And I don't want to tire myself out from reading middle grade books either, but I mean, it is Believathon. I don't know how close this is to my face. I'm very sorry. But my little pile of books is right here. I feel like most of the books I chose were poorly chosen in the sense that they're like pretty big middle grades. Like I wanted to read, sorry for the dust, Pages & Co., the first book, which is Tilly and the Book Wanderers, and it is another very big book, and kind of the same thing with Frostheart by Jamie Littler, which is Gavin's favorite series. All these books are like significantly chunky. I don't know how, this is almost like 450 pages. What is this one? I think this is what this one is, around 400 pages. I have the Polar Bear Explorers Club, Ship of Shadows, which is not very much inspiring me at the moment. Agatha Oddly, which I'm going to listen to on audio, and then I have these 2 that are shorter books, but I don't know, especially this one. I'm reading it because I didn't get to pick Potkin and Stubbs, so I kind of feel like I should get it out of the way because it's not inspiring me very much. And it's like 240 pages-ish. I also have this one that did not win the poll on Twitter. It was getting close, but it didn't win. I feel like I should probably knock one of these 2 out because they're the ones that are not inspiring me as much this month. I really, really wish I could have read Potkin and Stubbs instead. I feel like that's the book I would have picked. This is for the one with the supernatural element in it. I might as well just give this one a go and see if I like it or not, and if I want to DNF it or not. Yeah, I think we're gonna go with The Boy, the Boat, and the Beast. I don't really know what it's about, so we'll figure it out as we go. Hello friends, I just put you down on my nightstand to tell you that we're back to square one. I am DNFing The Boy, the Boat, and the Beast. I read, oh my god, the like first 30 pages of this book while participating in the first like 20-minute sprint they had on Gavin's live show. I read like 30 pages and I hate it, and it's putting me in such a bad mood. I don't think I mentioned what this was about because I didn't really know, but this follows a story of a boy who we don't know his name. He's referred to as the boy. He's lost in the middle of a beach and he doesn't know who he is, what he's doing, how he got there, if he has a family, if he has a home, and he has this voice in his head that is talking to him, and the voice is like bullying him, and there's like strange things on the beach and winds, and it's all very confusing and very aggravating, and I hate third person point of view writing in this kind of format, and I like the fact that it's always like the boy did this, the boy was thinking that, the boy saw this. it's not doing it for me, and it's just no fun at all. The writing is very confusing. Maybe it's meant to be that way, but I'm not having any fun, and it's just so boring, and no. So I might change this out for Potkin Stubs to fulfill the prompt. I think this was, as I said, with like the supernatural element in there. I kind of understand, I guess, why this book was never hyped, and I've never heard anyone talk about it. If you were considering it and usually like the same books I do, don't recommend it. This will be in my ever-growing unhaul pile, so I need to figure out another book. I might play a little bit of Animal Crossing before I get back into reading, because it kind of put me in a grumpy mood, if I'm totally honest with you guys. So I'll figure out what to read and stuff, and I'll update you when I actually have reading done. But I just wanted to say first DNF for the Believathon. Hello friends! I am aware that the lighting is crap and that I look exactly the same as yesterday but more tired, and I have a Christmas tree! I hope you guys enjoyed that little footage. My camera battery is flashing, but I just wanted to quickly update you guys that yesterday I put up a poll on Twitter and Instagram to see if I was going to read Frostheart or Pages & Co. before I read Hollowpox, and while I was waiting I started Agatha Oddly, The Secret Key, which is my book for Scream. This is to listen to an audiobook. I am now 59 pages in. This follows Agatha, who was named after Agatha Christie, who has a small detective agency, never had an actual client, at her school with her best friend, and once she's out and about and she finds this woman getting hit by a motorcycle, and she tries to figure out what happened before the police does, and the woman has a tattoo of a key, hence the secret key. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And then on my poll, when I woke up this morning, Pages & Co. was winning, but then Gavin with his Believathon account retweeted my tweet, and now Frostheart's winning, but I did start Pages & Co. already, so Frostheart will be my next read. But this is book one, and it follows a little girl named Matilda, but I think she goes by Tilly for short. She lives with her grandparents in this bookshop. They have a house connected to it, and she's on break, and I think that during the week she has to write an assignment about a fictional characters of hers that she really loves, and she ends up rereading like Alice in Wonderland and Anne of Green Gables, who are her two favorite, and I guess she goes into their worlds or they come alive. I really am liking the writing style in here, but I'm only like 30 pages in, so can't say much more. I just wanted to update you guys and show off my tree, so. Hello friends, welcome to the closing of this vlog. I was just editing this actually, and I saw that the vlog was over 50 minutes long, so I jumped in the bath and I'm here to update you guys to close out this vlog so I can finish piecing it together because I work tomorrow. Just a quick update. Yesterday I didn't really do any reading. I spent it with my significant other. We decorated obviously for Christmas, and I talked with some family and some stuff and planned for Christmas and all these kinds of things. Obviously Christmas is up in the air as for gatherings, but I mean I'm still getting my family from gifts, so we were kind of planning some of that stuff out. Other things happened, but I also watched the first 2 episodes of Dash and Lily's Book of Dares, which if you guys have been following me for a while, you would know Dash and Lily's Book of Dares is my favorite Christmas book. I reread it every year, and so seeing an adaptation come to life for me was very soothing and very happy. Like, I know I'm gonna rewatch it over and over and still be super giddy. I could not focus on my meal. I was just so excited. I will probably talk more about it once I've watched it through, so next week probably, but I did want to mention quickly I have not made any more progress in Pages & Co, which is unfortunate. I thought I would read maybe 3 books during this week, but I'm having fun and I feel like this vlog was a pretty strong one compared to some of my other vlogs, and so I'm very happy for that. This, I did not mention as well, is for the prompt of The Crown to read in a book set in an alternate world than yours. Obviously, if our main character Tilly either goes into fictional worlds or fictional characters come to life, it's not based fully in reality, so it counts. So that is my prompt for that. And I will be finishing it obviously in next week's vlog. Hopefully next week I could read Pages & Co, Frostheart, and Hollowpox. That would be a very solid reading week. So yeah, that would be, sorry, I was cut off, but as I was saying, it would be a pretty solid reading week, numbers wise, but also content wise, because I feel like Pages & Co, Frostheart, and the Nevermore series are 3 series that are super hyped up on like the middle grade sphere of things, or just in general. If anyone is introduced to middle grade, I feel like they're very popular books. And I would be very excited. I feel like if I could do that, that would be like 6th book down for Believathon. And yeah, I still like need to start thinking, because Tis the Season-a-thon is starting on the 29th of November, and maybe I could make a middle grade fit in for that like one of the prompts to like finish off Believathon and start Tis the Season-a-thon. So many Christmas readathons are happening this year, and I kind of want to coordinate to do a few of them during the month of December so I can vlog them all and kind of have those as Vlogmas. I really need to stop babbling, so yes, I will be reading this probably today as well, once I do a few tasks around the house, but it is like a chill Sunday. So that is all that I had for this week. If you've gotten this far, leave me a bunny emoji for Alice in Wonderland and the White Rabbit. And I'll catch you guys very soon with another video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Happy reading, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Bye guys, happy reading.